Don't have leh.
Oh, so nice. Look at our new setup. Okay, I mute myself. Hi, everyone. Welcome to all of you. Isaac just joined. Pudding 189.
That's me.
Oh, that's you, huh? You made up your own name. Hi, Chloe. Welcome. Chloe. Welcome to you. Hi, everyone. I'm back today, Teacher Mitsuko, and with me, Handaganda.
Teacher Faiz.
Oh. Yes. So today is actually a kind of a sad day. Oh, I didn't know this bottom part opens up. Wow. Sorry, I just discovered.
Decapitated.
Yes. Today is a sad day with the Christmas and everything because today is the last session of our series of secondary special live sessions for our students.
Yep.
So, can you all guess what secondary sessions have we been doing in the past few weeks, huh? Where is Teacher Jamie's? Teacher Jamie's is happily traveling around at the moment. Relaxing because she did so many live sessions in the past 2 weeks. What happened to Ronnie? Oh my god. J7, you are so observant. Can you recognize the yellow thing in the duct tape in the middle? There's a very recent post that's been going around online about this option of a banana. I want to complain, why Ronnie on the wall? You say masterpiece. Yes, I'm saying masterpiece. Yes. And so we made our own version because Ronnie is just as precious as that banana, if not more. Yes. So Teacher Faiz, as our last session in our series of secondary lesson, secondary related live sessions, what are we focusing on today? My background music is too noisy. Okay, like that. What are we focusing on today?
Today we'll be focusing on paper 1. Alright, but today we'll be doing situational writing.
Correct.
So I think for the past sessions that me, Teacher Mitsuko, and Teacher Jamie's had, we did oral.
Yes.
Yeah, we covered twice already for oral.
Oral 2 times. How about paper 2?
Paper 2, no.
No,
We're not going to cover
so
this round.
Okay, situational writing. We covered the parts that has the biggest leap left.
Correct.
For primary English to secondary English.
Correct.
Wow. So today we go back to the paper. Actually, both paper 1 and paper 4, big leap. Because I wanted to say to the paper with the biggest leap, but at the same time, because the oral paper has changes, very recent changes, it is also a big leap. But we already given you 2 sessions for oral.
Yeah, we will give you bonus. That one you can use for your own practice and also for next year when you enter Sec 1.
Oh, O-levels are over and next year I'm doing JC. Don't cry, Lucas. You should be like, I'm doing JC, not I'm doing JC. Lucas, you can do it. We are here for you. And then in the meantime, you still have December. Relax a little. Prepare yourself as well at the same time for
Actually, don't relax so much.
Don't relax so much.
Later you forget about everything. Then when you go Sec 1, right, you feel like, oh, what am I doing here?
Do not lose, don't fully lose the momentum.
Correct,
Because sometimes, what do you call this? When they fully stop for a long time, it's like going back to square one now.
Correct. True.
It will take some time for you to get the gears going again. And then you get the shock on your first weighted assessment.
Because your weighted assessment can be before Chinese New Year or after Chinese New Year. It depends on your school.
So in the blink of an eye, you just started secondary school life. You're just adjusting to the new school, new environment, and then boom, examination.
Yeah, because probably when you enter Sec 1, your first 2 weeks, you will do nothing much. Because you'll be on orientation, your CCAs, choosing your CCAs and all this, your orientation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then during the 3rd week, 4th week, 5th week, 6th week, then you will start and you will be like all jam-packed together.
Yeah.
Then suddenly your teacher say, okay, today's going to be your WA1. Good luck.
Just like that, true.
Yeah.
Yu Yang, was it like that for you?
Sec 1.
When you started Sec 1?
No.
How did you feel now?
For
For secondary 1.
When you started Sec 1, the first 2 weeks, you don't really go through classes, right? Orientation, right? Have a bit lah, but not so much, right?
How did the first weighted assessment then go for you? Was it easy?
I think his time was still CA, not WA.
No, mine was
WA already. Okay.
And so, it was easy, is it? You're very smart, is it?
Smart lah, that's why.
Because Yu Yang here is with Writers at Work. That's why.
Prepared already.
Correct. Whatever we're gonna talk about with you today, he already gone through.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think today's Zoom in will be situational writing. One of the biggest shocks the student actually have when they start secondary English now. And you will know, actually some of you, hot fella babe, O-level English versus GP paper, please. Oh, you want to go to that level, is it? We shall consider. Please DM us on very specific topics you want us to cover, and we will report this to Teacher Javis. So we can actually, we'll be very happy to go through some topics that you would be interested in.
Right, correct.
So please DM us, hot fella babe. I like your name. Now,
hot
fella babe.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Yes. So today we focus on situational writing, but once again, today because this is second round, some questions we're expecting for you to be able to answer, people.
Yeah, you should be able to remember like what we went through, like me and Teacher Jamis went through before the first time.
Correct. So this is like quiz time for all of you.
Yeah. It's 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago,
yeah. 2 weeks ago.
So we've run this for 2 weeks now. Wow, and we're at the very end of it. People, let's go. So what are we going through today, Teacher Faiz?
Okay, today same thing. We're going through your SEC versus your IP. Alright, so what's the key difference? And also after that, we'll talk more about our WOW curriculum, the skills and applicability that you can use for our SW lessons here. And we're going to talk more about specifically the SW paper 1. Alright, I mean the difference between primary and secondary. There's a huge difference lah. And then lesson formats that we have in Writers at Work.
Yeah.
And also, stay tuned for the last part, which is the bonus.
Missed it.
Yeah.
This will possibly be one of the earliest practices you may get when you start secondary 1.
Possible.
Correct. So if you want to give yourself a head start and you can practice ahead, wait till the end, people.
Correct. Yeah, but specifically, there's a lot of change in your SW lah. I mean, from your primary to secondary, it's a really huge leap.
Yeah.
Alright, and some of you who might not know or don't know anything, I think it will be quite a huge shock.
Yeah.
When you enter Sec 1.
That's true though.
Yeah.
I would expect that. And we don't want to downgrade things, and we don't want you to think that we're trying to scare you.
Yeah.
We just really want to be honest with you. Yeah.
Correct.
We'll be honest with you, so you brace yourself for it. If you need help, we're always here. But I think the first part of the battle is really knowing what's coming for you in secondary school.
Right.
Hey, why now, gut boy?
Gut
Gut
boy?
boy, what
Oh, that's sticker.
Oh, the sticker. Of course, now we are very inclusive here. Yes, so it was 2 girls, now 1 girl, 2 girl, 1 boy, 2 girls. Yes, the more the merrier. Just J7.
J7ST, I don't know.
J7ST, what's the meaning?
Yeah, anyway, don't forget to like.
Yes, remember to like and share the live.
Teacher Mitsuko will tell you the target.
Oh, today let's aim for wow, we're already 3.1k likes. Thank you very much for the 3.1k likes. We are aiming for 30,000, ladies and gentlemen. 30,000. Can we get it? Yes, I believe so. With your help. Yeah, 30,000. Let's go. The least the merrier. Okay, so we're going through these things today. Of course, most importantly, whether you are going for the SSE or you're going for IP, we'll talk about the main differences on is there actually a difference on how they tackle situational writing. Let's figure out.
So maybe some of you might want to guess first.
Correct.
Yeah.
Actually, anyone here is an IP student or not in IP? What do you think? Do you think is a difference? Is there a difference as to how IP students learn situational writing as compared to the SEC one?
IP is integrated program.
Okay,
That
correct.
means you don't do your SEC, but you do your A levels. Yeah, the 6-year program lah.
Correct. Kenna, do you think there's a difference? What you think? Actually, let's do a yes or no. Do you think there is a difference when you take the IP track or when you take the SEC track?
SEC track, yeah.
When it comes to how they're taught situational writing. Give it a guess.
For oral and for compo, right? I mean your essay, right? There's a difference, right? So what do you think about SW? Is there any difference, do you think, for IP and SEC?
J7, thank you for your honesty. I don't know. Do you want to try? And guess.
Try and guess lah.
No. We're not gonna pounce on you if you give the right answer, the wrong
J7ST, try ah.
Cosmic powers. Please give us some of your powers. Welcome. More words.
Okay, true. All right, very well done, well done. More words, yes, you are right.
Interesting. Moonlight, welcome, Moonlight.
Any other things than just more words?
More words. So you're thinking it's like generally more challenging, is it? Is it?
Sometimes more words, right? But also when you write more words, right, there will be more mistakes. So you have to be careful as well.
You have to be careful that you elaborate, but you elaborate correctly and accurately. Correct. Is there a difference then, Teacher Faiz?
There is a difference. I'll tell you later. All right, but the major difference is that for primary and secondary wise, right? Primary there is you can actually copy paste, sort of like you can lift. All right, but for secondary you cannot lift. All right, the answers are not there.
Yes.
Yeah, sadly, yeah. And SEC and IP program, there are a bit of difference. Yeah, but it's not that much. You still have to learn all the formats. There's a lot more formats.
Correct.
Yeah, for primary there's like two. Yeah, for secondary, secondary there's like 7 or 6 or 7.
It's insane the amount of formats.
So there's a lot more. All right, I will tell you more later on when we go through that later.
Maybe they can also guess what are the other formats, right?
Correct.
But in the meantime, what Teacher Faiz then will show you is generally how secondary school is like when it comes to English and assessments.
Correct.
Ta-da!
So you see the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, supposedly I think more of you will expect this as well. There's higher expectations. All right. There's more challenging. There's a lot of question types, different, and then higher marks, weightage.
Increase. This for me is the biggest.
Yeah,
thing.
This is the biggest, most difficult thing that I think most primary to secondary students who transition are afraid about this because you cannot copy already. There's no more answers on your stimulus.
A lot of the things they want you to produce is that they want it to come from you.
Yeah, so it's more logic. It's more you have to think on the spot, think out of the box. Yeah, and it's more spontaneous, I guess, in a way.
Correct. So generally, it's not going to be easy. A lot more of critical thinking and logical thinking involved.
Right.
But let's see specifically how is it going to be for situational writing.
Yeah, so the main difference between IP and also the normal SEC. Right.
Let's take a look at this table. If you want to take screenshots, please do so.
I think they cannot see. Number 3.
Where's Zim, Ozil, Sherlyn? I like that just J7's. You know the people who are always here. I am looking for them as well. Zim Zamzom, Ozil 05, Sherlyn, and then Sherlyn in her second account. Sherlyn in her third account. Yeah.
Okay, so for the differences, right? I think basically we talked about it before. This screen was shown a lot of times. All right, you look at specifically number 3. For SEC based, right? You have a formatted situational writing. So examples of the formats can be speech, proposal, letter, etc., etc. Later on, I will tell you, or maybe you can guess which are the others.
Yes.
Right, but for IP program, integrated program, not IP program, integrated program, it's more on coursework. But still, the formats are similar.
So one thing we can tell you is you do not need to worry, especially for secondary one. There's not a lot of things for you to worry about, like, oh my God, how different is it going to be? I'm in IP. Is it going to be different from SEC? Did I prepare enough? At least don't worry about the difference between SEC and IP. The difference you should worry about is primary and secondary.
Yeah, that's the most biggest leap,
Correct.
I guess. But you actually learn the same thing, because if you can see here, you still have your speech, you still have your proposal, you still have your other formats as well.
Ah, J7s, thank you for sharing the live. Yes, let's learn
What
together
is
with everyone.
Meow Bao?
Meow Bao. Meow Bao, I think you're looking for... Meow Bao, I think he's mentioning one more person who's always with us.
I think yeah.
Correct. Even who else? Alyssa just said hi just now. She said, hey, bye. Hello, hi, goodbye. Like that. So I think that the most important thing is skill sets wise for IP and SEC, it will most likely require you the same set of skill sets, especially for secondary one.
Correct. There's not much of a difference.
Correct. Generally, all of you just have to brace yourselves for the leap from primary to secondary now. Yeah. Okay. The bow guy, I knew it. Yeah. Hi, Prime Baller 14. Welcome to you.
Prime Baller. Hi.
Correct. Hello.
Basketball player.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Okay. I thought it was like, is this a name of a basketball player?
Prime Baller.
Okay. Hello.
So anyway, for secondary situational writing, there are a lot more formats if you compare to primary. Yeah, for primary it's mostly only 2, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You remember your primary situational writing? What are the usual format you have to do when you do situational writing? Can you guess? One, it starts with letter L. Another one starts with letter R. Am I correct? Right. Normally it just jumps. It just like goes around those 2 types of things.
It's only 2 types. There's not much.
Yeah lah. I was about to say the word. Normally for primary, let's get them to guess, Dr. Pips. Who's the formal and informal? You're getting there, J7s. But what's the usual formal letter?
Teacher Mr. Ko, they spill out the word. Yeah.
What's the usual thing you write that is formal and informal? I literally dropped the word.
Prime Baller, we already talked about it. The question was, what is the format for primary?
Correct, situational writing. What do they usually ask you to write for situational writing in primary school English? Do they ask you to write a proposal? I don't think so. Yeah, that's not.
P6 lah.
Yeah, P6, P5 or P6 both.
Yeah, both same.
Normally, you're just juggling 2 types, which are letter L. That means you say moderator, Then sometimes these people, they just got inside in the middle of me saying the question like this. Like that. L, and there's another was like R. Like that.
So I go take my paper and see. Okay,
oh wow!
You still have your you still have your P6 papers,
Q Quartz. Thank you for sharing the live, Quartz. You are the best. So L and R, these are the usual situational writing work you do in primary school. What are these 2 types of writing? The L word I dropped earlier accidentally. Let's see if you can guess.
It's actually on the screen lah.
It's on the screen, is it?
It's actually on the screen.
Yeah. It's actually here. It's here. The first one is here. Ta-da! It's a letter. They usually ask you write a letter to apologize to your neighbor for making so much noise last night, like that.
Correct.
So that's the kind. So now J7, the letter L is letter. Can you guess the letter R? Sometimes you also write A, R, E. Is it here? No, it's not here. It's in the etc. It's in the etc. So you have no clue. Email works, right? They also email works. Email works. How about the R? The R can be emailed lah. So what type exactly of email? For example, J7s, in your stimulus, you saw a schoolmate bullying another schoolmate. And so you wanted to write a blank to your principal. Yes, very good. You want to write a what to your principal so that the principal is aware of the bullying that you have witnessed. How are you going to persuade the principal to what? Big, Ben Big. Ben Big request. Request also can not
really.
No, not really. Not really lah. Hiya, people, REP. I'm already giving you almost the entire word. REP. We are not moving on. You know, sometimes as a teacher, I sometimes tell my class, I am not moving on until I get the word that I want.
Until you get the right answer.
We have 2 hours, people. REP. Okay, hold on. REP. And then 3 more letters. Like that. Okay. Those of you who just got in, I'm looking for a word that you usually write for situational writing in primary school English. We already have a letter. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Looks.
Well done, well done.
Yes, thank you very much.
How can it be replacement?
Okay, very good. So normally you jump between a letter and a report.
Yeah.
And you don't really worry about like even the format at all, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward in the stimulus.
You got your task fulfillments which you need to write, and then after that you can get all your information from the stimulus.
Correct.
Yeah, but in secondary it's different.
A lot of it is like, it's like for situational writing and in primary school, right? I always say this line to my students. Situational writing is a giveaway section.
Correct.
Something you can easily get full marks on.
Yeah.
But I don't say that it's a giveaway section in secondary.
Yeah,
you can still get full marks, but definitely not a giveaway section.
It's not a giveaway because you must think.
Yeah.
And the information that you need to write doesn't come in the stimulus.
Correct.
Yeah. You need to write your own.
Yes.
Because like what I said previously, it's logic. And also you need to think carefully.
Correct.
And yeah, you have to think lah. Basically, all this for secondary school, situational writings, most of it are more on like VIAs, your value in action programs. Yeah.
And we'll show you a sample later.
Yeah, we'll show you a sample later. Yeah.
Hello, star. You are the star. You are a star. Okay, so now that we understand, okay, there's not much for you to worry about. The biggest worry would be the leap from primary to secondary English, especially for situational writing. And so we would just like to quickly drop here that Write as a Work truly understands this leap. That is why in our curriculum, we cover these things.
Correct.
So basically, yeah, we follow a skills-based approach so that our students understand the different components of the English syllabi. Do I say syllabi? Correct. Yeah. Benefits, correct. And so, what do we mean by this? Let's move on to the most important part. We have
a quiz lah.
Yeah,
we have a quiz.
Correct,
quiz first.
Correct.
So for this paper 1, right, we're going through situational writing. So paper 1 not only consists of SW. I call it in short lah. Usually, I think in secondary, when your teacher say SW, you know it's situational writing.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't include only SW. It also includes your essay as well.
CW. What is CW, J7s? Can you tell me the complete version of this? You should know. SW, CW.
J7ST is what? Sec 1 or what?
Yeah, actually J7ST. Which level are you in now?
Maybe it's in P6 because just now he said he takes paper.
Oh, correct. Are you a primary student, J7s? Hello, Jamiko. This year or next year? Oh, good question. I just said now, right? I'm sorry. Next year. Most importantly, next year. Oh, you're P6. You're turning secondary students. This is the right live session for you, girl.
Yeah, correct.
Very good that you are here today. Okay. So now you're gonna quiz them, right? Oh, of course, teacher Faiz will just go through the comparison.
Yep. All right, I will go through the comparison, but before that, I think we will go through a short quiz, and also what's that?
Oh, sorry.
Something fell off.
Our Christmas decoration fell off. Too much for them to handle. Okay, Ken.
Yeah, and also common struggles of students actually when they are doing their SW. So we will highlight that as well, and also the solutions to bridge these struggles lah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So prepare yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Now it's just weird. It's like we can always tell you there's a difference, but we want you to see it for yourself.
Yeah.
And so, quiz first.
Okay.
Now, Now, J7th. Here you see, I think your PSLE is still very fresh in your mind. Normally, for a very common situational writing, 150 words, usually clock 150 words.
And then your compo will be around 750, right? And then for situational writing, paper 1, sec 1.
How many words do you think, we start with SW,
Yeah.
How many words do you think you should clock if you're, for example, aiming for A1?
Minimum.
Let's see. 750.
Any other answers?
Any other? Who can guess? 2K. Wow.
2K?
Wow.
Okay.
Speed writing. But good guess. I don't know. Good guess. Okay, let's jump to the essay writing first. If from 750, how many words? How many words do you think now for essay writing?
Essay writing.
750. Do we stick to 750? Of course not. Obviously, it has to go higher in secondary school. 1K. Close enough. 1K. You have a very good idea on what's about to come for you, J7s. Because okay, hold on before we go. How about time limit? You used to have 1 hour and 10 minutes for paper 1.
Yeah.
PSLE. How about for secondary?
Don't Google I know you're Google or ChatGPT Don't cheat yourself.
I'd rather you give me your guess now.
Just guess lah.
If you give me a wrong answer, it's fine. 1 hour 50 minutes. Good job.
Right. Okay.
Done. We shall reveal now, Teacher Faiz.
Alright, for situational writing, it's actually 750 words. So look at the massive jump. Alright, from 150 for your PSLE, now you are supposed to do 750 minimum for your SW. So it's a really huge jump.
Yeah, correct. It's basically another essay lah.
Correct. And then essay, minimum is 850. And then the time limit, just now J7ST said 1 hour 50. You are spot on.
You're correct.
Alright, it's 1 hour 50 minutes. Well done. Yep.
So what can you infer here, J7s? This one is very straightforward now. Because you have to change that mindset in primary school, like situational writing combo. That's usually how you think about it, right? But now no. It's like situational writing, essay writing. It's equally there. Equal weightage some more.
True.
Wow. Amazing, Okay, correct. So, wow. So that means to say all of the students used to struggle so much with continuous writing. The hardest part usually what happens is the hardest part you have in primary becomes the easiest part, supposedly, in secondary.
Easy in inverted commas.
Yeah, correct. Because it may actually not be.
It may be easy if you practice a lot lah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Same thing, for example, for paper 2, right? No more MCQ.
No.
So sometimes, the hardest questions, a lot of you don't like the Compre OE questions, right? And then like, oh, this is very hard. So that hardest question is the usual question you will get for your paper 2. So brace yourself for it. 750, my goodness. And essay writing 850, let's go. And we don't stop with word count, obviously. There's a lot more that you need to understand when it comes to situational writing and essay writing.
Okay, so so basically you see the difference here, the difference in numbers. It's not just about numbers lah. If you write a lot also but you didn't reach the task fulfillments, or you didn't write any task fulfillments, then you will not be given any marks as well. So it's not just about the length of your work. You have to hit all the requirements.
So that's the second part. The word count is higher, but the requirements also, the number of things that they require for you to write also went up.
And remember, like what I told you previously just now, you cannot get your answers in the stimulus sometimes.
Correct.
Yeah, so sadly, you have to think logically and also critically to find what to write.
Not sadly, they have to print it.
Sadly, you must find lah.
However, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You know why? Even if we're telling you now that it's not in the stimulus, there is a huge part of situational writing that you can still practice.
Correct.
We'll share it to you later. For example, there is a pattern as to what usual topics they actually like to test the students with.
It's not really okay. Like what teacher Misuko say, it is a pattern, but usually it will only be this type.
Correct, right.
And this type of questions, right, or the information, right, is what you will go through later in your secondary school life. All right. If you don't believe me, you can ask one of the student here from Writers. He was with us for how many years? How many years are you here?
Young. How many years you with us? Since B3, right?
Yeah, so you've been here for
so
like
long.
double-digit years. Most of your Sec 4 SW are mostly VIA, choose this, choose that, all related to school,
If you
right?
were to find a pattern, what's the usual pattern you notice when you are asked to write?
Which activity will you choose from this website?
Very good.
Yeah,
You see, you heard it from you, Yan. He
correct.
just recently took the O levels, by the way. So yeah, correct. There always a pattern. That's why I truly believe. Hello, people of the world, Keira. Oh my God, we're so happy to see you.
Hello.
You deserve a bell.
Yeah, so I'll show you later what is the common questions.
Correct.
I mean, you will experience this in school. So it is much more easier to write than your essay, because sometimes your essay you have no experience to write on that topic. But for SW, you will have the experience because you will do these things later on in your secondary school life.
Thank you for the rose, Ozil05. We love you so much. Yes. Hi, teacher. Hi, teacher. Hello, Faiz, teacher Faiz and teachers. Hello, people of the world. Welcome back to you. So here's the thing, right? For situational writing, for anything that requires you to do something that you need to write, I know some of you may fully believe there is no such a way that we can learn to write in a structured manner. But that's what Writers at Work have developed in our curriculum. There is, you trust me, you try, having gone through and witnessed the lessons myself, and then ask questions on how the curriculum is applied in school, there is a structured way to learn writing. And you will know it later. I shall show you.
Yeah, there are actually, not say a cheat sheet lah, but it's like the way we teach here at Writers, right? It benefits the students.
Correct.
Yeah, and there's this specific later on this thing called start with an A.
Yes.
Yeah, which I will text you all later. What is that?
Share the techniques with you. Where's Teacher Rin? Teacher Rin is here. She's just not in the live. We shall forward your regards.
Who's Teacher Rin?
Chin E.
Oh.
So sorry. Yes, it's Teacher Rin. Okay. Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas, people of the world. Do you like our new setup? Merry Christmas to you as well. Yes, whether you're celebrating or not. So, now, we are aware of the word counts. At least expectation, we shall start building up the expectations. So you understand what you're in for. Now, what happens next? I think it's good for them to see the actual comparison of the papers. Okay, let's give it a try. Situational writing for PSLE. I think you all remember. Tan, tan, tan. Okay, what do we have here? Sure.
Okay, so for PSLE, right, what you see is more like cartoon based, like comic strip, something like that, and most of the information are given here. All right, but for secondary, it's way different. All right, you later when I show you the secondary part, you tell us what is the difference.
Correct, yeah.
The ones that you see lah.
But the way they look, right? Tell us what's the difference. Now, have a look at the secondary situational writing paper. So, people online, having seen both papers, PSLE and secondary, what's the first difference that you notice?
This is just the stimulus.
Yeah, this is just a stimulus.
The question's not here yet. Right.
What's the main difference you see J7's People of the World, OZL05? Just from the looks of it. From the looks of it. I see there's a difference in the picture. Okay,
correct.
You are correct.
Yeah, because from what you see here in PSLE, right, it's more like cartoon based, and then drawings and stuff like that. But for secondary, it's real photos.
Correct. How about the word J7's? The text. Okay, People of the World and J7's. What about the text? Is it colorful? Is it what about
color?
What about the text specifically? Since
they cannot see lah. They cannot see the text.
Correct. While you cannot read the text, you do notice that there is more information for you to digest in secondary situational writing stimulus. You are correct.
Correct. Yeah, but for primary, right, you can see all the info are here, like your friendship run.
Way fewer.
Fewer lah, but I mean, this is more easier because basically for PSLE, your answers or your task fulfillments are all here.
Correct.
You can leave. But for this one, later when you see the question, you tell me whether you can leave or not.
Correct. Although I'd like to highlight, to those of you who are primary students now, PSLE is catching up. They also want to, the critical thinking skills and logical thinking is really something.
They're changing, right? The format.
For 2025 PSLE, there is now an additional question in the task fulfillment where they will ask you to write something that you have to infer from the stimulus. That means to say it's not something you can find in the stimulus anymore. Yeah, we've seen it from the P5 end of year.
Correct.
So they will put one last question there. So why do you think like that? And then so now even primary 6 students have to offer some level of thinking now.
Correct. It's got pros and cons lah. In a way, one thing good is that you will get prepared for secondary.
Correct.
With this type of questions.
Actually,
that's one thing good. One thing bad is you gotta think more lah. You gotta think more. You gotta put logic into whatever you're writing.
Yeah.
And also you gotta think out of the box spontaneously on the spot because you cannot be thinking like half an hour then after that you lose your time.
Correct.
Because you still have your compo to do, right? So for your SW in PSLE, you have to be careful now lah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe that's a good thing that you mentioned, your
friends. It is. They're
trying to bridging.
Yeah, they're trying to make it easier so it wouldn't be a shock for those transitioning PSLE to secondary students.
Correct.
So they're giving you like a gist of what you will taste in secondary.
Yeah, that's true. Is P6 a recap or got learn something else? Me, primary, Is P6 just a recap?
It's not really a recap. P6, I think what he meant is that it's not a recap. I think it's just for the new format, right? You mean J7?
What? Can you clarify the meaning of this question?
Is P6 just a recap or got learn something else? P6, I don't know what he's trying to...
Elaborate your question so we can understand it better and then we can answer you. Correct. People of the world, when your next live, Teacher Mitsuko? When is my next live? My next live today is Monday. My next live is this coming Friday.
Oh, no more with Benjamin.
Benjamin done. Because they're supposed to submit their choices already tomorrow.
Right.
Supposedly have a Wednesday live, but technically not needed anymore. Yes, okay. Build up.
Okay. Yeah. I think he meant if what J7...
you mean to say that he's asking that the content you're covering for P6 is a recap for P5, is it?
Yeah, probably.
Is that the question? What I can tell you, J7s, is that from P5 to P5, you start covering the PSLE format. But of course, the difficulty level still goes up by the time you reach P6. So Not exactly the same. I wouldn't definitely call it a recap for sure.
It's higher level, just a
Correct.
bit lah, just a bit. Yeah.
It's higher level, yeah. So yes, prepare for that. Okay. So now let's talk about what they observed. They said Churfa is text-wise. There's more information now, and then they're saying there's a difference in the picture as well.
Correct.
Now that's one thing you have to realize. By the way, there's a lot more usage of real-life photos nowadays. If you notice the changes in the PSLE 2025, right? They're now also using real-life photos for the oral exam. That goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, that the government is preparing you to be very good at media literacy. It's because, you don't notice this. I don't know, you probably don't notice this, but from home to school, you go to the mall, you probably consume you see around 6,000 to 10,000 ads, both in your phone, both around you at the train station. That's the amount of information you have to process as a human being. But of course, you have to be smart enough to know the motive behind, posters and advertisements.
Yeah, you must take MRT and bus more lah. If you take car, then Grab, then not so much lah.
Hey, but wherever you take, right, you still see ads now. Everywhere. Everywhere. The ads is just everywhere.
It's not as bad. But Singapore still okay.
Correct.
Yeah, still okay. Yeah.
So you have to be smart enough to learn how to process the information being shown to you wherever you are, physically and online.
Correct.
Why the carrot grass so long? Oh, this is not a carrot.
Your one.
Am I?
Yours is a carrot, right?
But it's a sword, you see. This is not the grass, though. The grass is this one, J7. So it's not really long. It is just indeed a carrot sword. Thank you for sharing the live. And now, dun, dun, dun. So you see the main differences in the stimulus.
Correct.
It's time to move on to what's the next page after the stimulus, ladies and gentlemen.
So we already told you about we already showed you and tell you about what is the difference for the stimulus, right? So now let's talk about the questions. Okay, look at the questions carefully if you can see.
Christmas song. Okay, just continue.
And then you tell us the difference.
I'm sorry, people. Aisha.
Okay, tell us the difference. What's the difference for PSLE and more words? Yes, more words. Correct.
Correct.
I know.
Anything?
What else?
Yeah, anything. Pay closer attention. Any other difference
They
that you
cannot
see?
see lah.
Is it? Yeah. Okay, now it's quite.
More words, yes lah. It's the difference lah.
Can you see a little bit and pay attention to the bullet points, lesser point form? Kara, smart.
Good.
Smart. You're saying there's fewer.
Lesser point form doesn't mean must write lesser.
Correct, Faiza. Can I then safely say that this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullet points compared to this one 1, 2, 3. Therefore, PSLE situational writing is harder. Because now they ask me 5 things. This one they ask me 3 things only.
But these 5 things the answers can be found inside your stimulus. But this one can or not? What do you think?
Actually, let's read.
Give
a date and time to carry out your chosen project. Sir, can you go back to the they're asking me for the date and time.
So for secondary, they're asking you for the date and time. So can you find any date and time here? Do you see any numbers at all? No,
it's not there apparently. But for PSLE, I can find.
Yeah, everything is there. 8 December 2022.
Correct. So see have to infer more. Correct, Kira. 3 bullet points. But the 3 bullet points will come from you. Will come from your processing.
Correct.
Yes, 3 December.
Yeah.
Correct.
Alright, I'll go back to the question. Alright, so especially for your secondary school, you look at the first bullet point, which is your task fulfillment. You see, give a date and time to carry out your chosen project. Those who cannot think properly or you are stuck somewhere, you're like, I got no time and date, how? And then if you look back carefully at the stimulus, or if you look at the question itself, alright, this is about a values in action program.
Correct.
So for values in action program, when does your school usually does this VIA?
Yes, when that means
when.
to say you really have to look at real life situation here.
So if you say just your normal date, 22nd February, 30th March, you will get your whatever you write, you will get it wrong. Because why? It is during school time. And VIA are usually post-exam activities.
It has to make sense, everyone.
Yeah. Logic.
Correct. See, even date and time, there's thinking involved.
Correct.
You have to be strategic on when and what time you want to put it. Yeah, correct. And I'm not gonna even start on the second and the third bullet because the first word is explain how, and then explain how again.
Yes.
And you already know when the question is how, you always have to explain one whole process.
Yeah, and you cannot find the answers inside.
Correct. Because a lot of these PSLE, a lot of them is a what? Like the dates, correct. Date I can find, distance to cover can find, and then what participants may win, also there already. But this one is a how. Must explain everything, beginning to end.
Yeah, you need to elaborate. Sadly, you need to elaborate more.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, Teacher Faiz, I understand now. I shall not claim that this one is easier because now I really realize it's harder. But how about the question here on top?
Yeah.
Is there a significant difference?
Okay, for secondary school, right? If you see carefully, this. Wait, let me use the French fry. For this one, I think you can see more clearly because it's yellow, right? And there's a face there, so it might catch your attention better. So, for secondary, if you look at the text on top here, this 5-liner or this paragraph, right? This is actually your context. Alright, you need to read this first on what is happening. What are they requiring you to do?
Correct.
Alright, but for instance, for your PSLE, it's just a 3-liner. Imagine you are Betty, write an email to Aisha to persuade her to join the event. You are to refer to the picture and information on page 2 for your email. Confirm straight, copy paste.
Yes, correct.
But for this, you have to read carefully first. Especially for secondary school, there is a lot of context that you need to understand first. And then you go to the requirements.
We shall share with you, roughly, how we teach the students to break down and unpack a situational writing question page. Yeah.
Correct.
In the meantime, J7s, you are correct. Teacher Faiz is holding Ronnie.
Ronnie's
here.
twin lah.
Correct. Ronnie's twin.
The real Ronnie is.
The real Ronnie is there.
Because that one talk too much, so cannot. So I have this Ronnie now.
Correct. Okay. So now, pretty scary. That's the difference is quite a lot, even more so in the question page. Correct. So what's next?
But don't worry, guys. All right. It's not really that difficult. All right. I'm not trying to scare you or something like that. You need proper practice.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. I'll show you this is the difference actually. So you look at this 5 and this 3. Although this one has only 3, but this requires you to think more and write more.
Correct.
All right. And you cannot copy from your stimulus. But for your PSLE, yes, you can. Because it's all inside the comic strip or the stimulus itself. Okay. So
and now quiz time. Time. Especially Kira. Kira actually joined our first session.
Yeah,
so
Kira
should actually know. Yeah.
So Kira, maybe you wanna later on. Maybe you wanna help your other fellow
viewers.
Fellow viewers to
So seeing the difference from the stimulus and from the question page, okay, and even the word count, and then the timing and all, formatting and all. Top 3, okay, you should be able to foresee already. What are the top 3, give me at least one, challenges that secondary 1 students normally face when they start doing situational writing?
Just now I give you all clues already, don't say don't know.
So seeing the difference, so these are basically the usual complaints we get from our students when they step into secondary 1 and experience the first full year. Actually, some of them starts talking about these challenges after the first weighted assessment.
Especially if when you are doing your first lesson for SW, and then you are looking for answers. You are looking for answers at your stimulus. It's like, Why is it not here? Then you are flipping the page. After 15 minutes, I don't know. So that is one issue. I think I already given a big clue here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Look at this. Kara says points are not found in the text. Is this correct?
Okay lah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Can give you on that. But
correct.
One very significant one, which I mentioned a lot of time just now, is actually this one. Alright, your answers cannot be found in the graphic stimulus given.
No more lifting. Lifting doesn't work anymore, huh? Okay.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't exist.
Yes. Actually correct. Because if you choose to lift, it's not giving the task fulfillment that it asks of you.
Correct.
So it's practically non-existent.
Okay, J7, formal, informal is one of the formats lah.
Correct.
Alright, it can be formal, letter, it can be formal, email.
Let's get them to guess it. Because now Kara is saying there's too many types to write.
Yes, correct.
What are then the different types of situational writing work that may be required of you to write secondary school?
Sorry about that. I hope you all didn't see.
Correct. I mean, that was a clue. Teacher Faiz actually showed you the different types. Can you guess? You write something like, one of them starts with an A, another one starts with a P, S. Oh, very good. Speech. That one correct.
Right, okay, good. Speech. For speech, there's no formal, informal. It's just speech.
Correct. Yeah. Speech, very good. How about letter A? How about letter P? Letter P.
For formal and informal is the start with letter L one. It's what you always do lah.
Correct.
Okay.
So basically the ones that you used to write in primary school, still may be required of you to do in secondary school, but of course no more lifting lah. Letter, very good. Well done. Thought, action, problem, conclusion. J7, that you are basically pointing out the structure as to how you want to write your situational writing. But what exactly are you writing about? Are you writing a letter, a speech? What else? Aside from a letter, aside from a speech,
correct.
You may also be writing about a what?
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Email. What else?
Okay, email, very good. Well done.
Okay, correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Conclusion, no conclusion. Email, letter, speech. What else? There's 3 more.
3 more. Letter A. Okay, I give you
A, P, and R.
Proposal. Very good. Proposal. Well done, people. What else?
Who said proposal, Kira? Oh,
Kira.
good.
Very good.
Article, yeah.
Well done. Correct. So you can only imagine, right? All of these different types of work. Even if just imagining the difference between a speech and a written work, for example.
Correct.
It's very different, to write something that's meant to be said and write something that's meant to be read. Completely two different things. Because, for example, for writing, you can choose to do a combination of short and long sentences.
Correct, yeah.
But you have to be very careful when you write something very long for a speech, because it will then be a mouthful and it will sound very weird when it's said out loud.
Yeah, when you write a lot also, you gotta see your sentence structure, you gotta see your grammar, you gotta see your vocab and all of that. So not only, I know you say 750 words, so you just write, but you have to look at what you are writing as well.
Correct.
If what you are writing doesn't reach the task fulfillment or doesn't include anything, then you might be X for that lah.
Correct. Most especially schools like to emphasize holistic learning. So you write a speech, then you also perform the speech. So they put together situational writing and oral.
Correct.
And so they're actually basically putting you to test.
Yeah.
Okay,
so can I reveal the...
Can!
Alright, so like what you said is speeches, articles, formal and informal letters, emails, proposals, and also reports. So all these formats you will learn in school. But sometimes certain schools, from what I know from my previous students or my current students, they, especially for Sec 1s, right, they will learn some of these formats later on. Yeah, so it depends on your school as well.
So Rely on yourself now. Because you are at the mercy of what your school chooses to focus in a specific year, for example.
Correct.
And different schools choose different focus now. And of course, understandably, they don't have all the time in the world to go through all of this when situational writing is basically just one small chunk of your English subject. There's also oral, there's also essay with, oh my God, 7 genres to learn.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So understandably also, there's a lot of work from your end to make sure you learn all of these. Whether or not your school chooses to teach you every single one of them.
Yeah. So come here.
Join Rights as a Work and you will get the chance to learn this.
You will learn all the formats down here.
Correct. And then finally, we have one. Actually, we just gave them a clue.
I think this one not clue lah. I already give the answer.
Correct.
Because the last part, the difficult part about this, the challenges is that lack of school practices.
Correct.
Yeah, your school might just for 1 year they teach you 2 things, which is maybe formal, informal letter, and then another one might be email. That's it.
Correct.
Yeah, and then Sec 2 maybe another 2, then Sec 3 another 2, something like that.
On average, let's just say final year, how many situational writing did you get to practice?
Like Sec 4.
Sec 4.
My school.
Yeah.
But like on my own initiative or
As in
teacher,
the school, the teacher asked you to do.
In class, yeah. Not much, right?
4.
Yeah.
4, that's already a good number, by the way.
1 year 4.
Yeah lah, 1 year 4, lucky already. Sometimes 1, 2.
Yeah, I know some schools like I know some schools that only like did 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that exam, then the format, whatever the teacher teach never come out for the format. So that is another difficult thing that you need to process lah.
Correct.
Yeah, so like what I said, some formats you have to learn on your own, and the best is you come here lah. I'll teach you.
Teacher Faiz can be your teacher. So when you call, hello, I want to specifically request for Teacher Faiz. You can try only if his branch near you.
I won't tell you your branch yet. I also don't.
Hey, you young question can you at least tell me that you have tried writing all of this entire secondary life?
No, right?
No, but O level my year 8 this year, I think we came up with proposal.
Yeah.
You see, you have a clue from you young recently.
We came up with
Speech, right?
We never tried.
You never tried before. You see?
Recent O level.
But you got learned before, right? Writers, right?
See?
Yeah.
Wow! Click the wow. Click the wow.
Yeah, so you see, like our student here, he actually didn't do this practice in school. But because he attended Writers at Work, he had an advantage lah. Yeah.
I mean, we're not actually joking. This is real. Yu Yang is here. He's helping to moderate. He's interning for us. This is they had to write a speech for O levels very recently, and he never really got the chance to practice it in school now. It's not like the school doesn't give him practices. It's just that there's just too many of them.
Correct. Yeah, because your teacher in school also got other classes to teach and other levels to teach as well. So I think they prioritize on certain things. Yeah, so that's why at Writers we actually go through every format.
Correct.
And it will benefit you, especially when it comes to like surprise, during O-level. Hi,
hello.
I'm a speech. You know how to do speech. If you don't know, okay.
Our biggest goal in Writers actually is for you not to like, it will no longer be a surprise now. By the time
you won't be shocked or you won't be surprised lah when speech come out or any one that you didn't learn in school but at Writers you learn, then you will like, oh, okay, I'm in for it. Yeah.
We don't want it to be the first time you write that type of work on the day of your exams.
Correct.
One thing I would like to highlight finally is when I say lack of school practices, right? I meant individual, because you may get more practices with group work.
Yeah, I think IP you have some for IP program. For the integrated program, you don't do that much, but you do have a lot of coursework. All right, group projects or discussions in class. All right, so they might ask you to do a speech or proposal in class, and then you do it as a group. Then you present it as well.
Now let's ask them actually, people online, what's the benefit of doing group work? Okay, and you must have done it already. So
this one
what's the benefit of being able to do something with your classmates now? 5 of you, 4 of you, 3 of you. Okay, what do you think? When you get to work on something with someone, okay, you work together. So what do you like? How different is it, J7s, when you work together? Does it help you yield better results? Or what do you feel working together as opposed to working on your own? You spend time, oh, I see. So he sees the value of, socializing and connecting with other people when they work, which is actually very important for secondary school life. It depends. Yes, Jean, what you think, Jean? You also have this experience, working together with other people in class. Okay, we start with benefits first. Happy first. happy first. So when you work with other people, when you work with a group, what's the benefit? J7 says it's good. You get to socialize. Basically, you get to practice your social skills also, which is important for you when you're done with school life. What else? Helping, as in, what do you mean? You get to help. What a kind person.
You help lah, but what if you're just a freeloader?
Correct. Good for you, J7s, because you find that as a benefit. But some students in the group, they don't see that as a benefit. And then they're the receiver of the help. It depends who's giving the help.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if you have 5 of you, and then the other 4 are very, the other 4 are like, doing all the work, and then the one is just like, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Like that, freeloader, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Is it fair?
Correct. J7s, on the other side of the coin, what do you think about the load of work? Is it easier when it's group work? Is it harder? What do you think? Kara said communicate better, correct? Community, well, I love the sense of like social well-being. The J7s is
J7
putting out here.
Got the kampung spirit.
Correct. Yes, I like it.
True Singaporean.
But to be honest, that's one thing I appreciate the most. Getting a lot of experience working with my classmates. It's beyond the work itself. It's really learning to navigate different personalities now, and still get the work done, despite the personalities you have.
The most important thing is to get the work done, lah.
Correct.
Because if you have 5 brains and then you cannot get the work done, then good luck to you.
Correct. So the hurdle is like really the communication to get the work done, and then despite wherever people you have around you, sometimes it can be easier if the task is divided according to our strength. Correct. Ideally, this is very nice, Jane.
Correct.
Ideally, that's what we want. But most especially for secondary, level, the delegation may not be properly done.
Yeah, if the teacher doesn't delegate, then it will be
correct. It will be left on the students.
Yeah.
And then now you will now depend on the personalities you have. The ones with stronger personalities may insist they want to take this because they want it, not because they're good at it.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Sometimes it happens. So if you see Jean's comment, right, this is ideally how we want things to be done. So I hope when you do your group work next time, look at it this way. Give the task to someone if they have strength on that end, give it to them. So it's easier for them, then it's more efficient for the whole team. Yeah, listen to everyone now. Otherwise, some of them just freeload, some of them just let me take everything.
I had my fair share of people freeloading when I was doing group work in uni.
How do you deal with it?
Oh my god.
How do you deal with it?
I don't know, I just
scared them.
I mean like once maybe okay. Alright. Then the next one you don't choose them as your teammate lah. Since you know they're already like that, right? That's right.
That's a problem,
like
right?
It
depends
when I was in uni,
you get to choose, right? Okay, group yourselves into 5, up to you, like that.
Usually, I don't really get people freeloading lah, but in my earlier maybe poly days also have lah, quite a bit.
Correct. We're talking about this because you will be facing this, secondary school and beyond. You will have to face this. But now here comes the thing. What's the downside of doing situational writing via a group work? What's the downside? There's these 2 C's that they may not achieve in their work if they do group work. You know, your situational writing has to achieve some level of C and C, right? Can you reach that with a group work? Calculator. Oh my God, J7.
Calculator.
Goodness gracious.
Give them clues lah. Because
Correct.
this one I think quite difficult.
Quite difficult, right? So when you work, okay, math.
You see? Give clue.
Sorry. So there's this thing wherein your ideas have to flow well. But when you have 5 different brains working together the same writing, how do you think the ideas will end up connecting?
Correct.
So there is a CO. I'll give them a bit more. And
She's same. All the 3 words same.
really, actually,
The 4th word also same.
actually, coconut. My goodness, J7's collaboration.
COH lah, not COC.
This is when you have to achieve a level of like good flow of your work, and at the same time, it's logical.
I give you a very big clue. When you are reading a storybook, the flow of the story doesn't jump here from one idea, one content to another content, right? So it must be what?
What's the other word? Very good.
College? What college?
Very good. Coherence. It has to be coherent. It has to be cohesive.
Correct. Yeah, so I think these are 2 very important things that you need to have, not only for SW, also for your essay. Right, so some of the points maybe might not be in order, but when you write later on for SW, you have to order it correctly.
Correct.
Yeah, because if it doesn't come in order, you don't write in order, you might get deducted. Correct. You might get marks deduction for this.
Yeah. So it's good now. You do group work. You get more ideas from everyone. Ideas that perhaps you never would have thought of if it's just you doing it. So get all the ideas. But ultimately, you remember that during examinations, what is it, teacher Faiz, that they have to remember during examinations? It's no longer a group work.
Yeah, you have to do it alone.
Yeah, you have to do it alone. So you have to have the exam stamina to do it.
Correct.
Reach the same number of words on your own within that limited time.
True.
Okay. Now, knowing the challenges, of course, we have solutions. How do we get our students to prepare for these issues? Potential issues, teacher Faiz.
So, for writers at work, right, we have a very comprehensive syllabus, especially for SW as well. Alright, where not only we unpack it together with you, unpack the question, unpack the task fulfillments, we also have this special creative edge which we use here at Writers. Alright, I think some of you might already know. It starts with A.
A.
Alright, I think some of you already know.
Let me see if they can guess. And there is a movie named after this.
And that one is very big of a clue already.
Correct. There's a movie and there's also a series. One of my favorite series of all time.
Okay,
named after this.
I give one very big one. The color.
Oh yeah. What's the color of these beings? Beings.
Yeah, this is also from what I know, only Writers at Work we have this creative edge where we teachers actually create this. Alright, for better understanding.
To help you, let's give them a clue. To help you characterize better. We name it this very fancy technique. Oh, you both don't know? Okay, let's get them.
You know, you don't know.
You young, huh? No. I'll get. Okay, maybe the teacher.
Who's your teacher?
Oh, you.
Okay, never mind. Alright, I'm gonna give you the answers. Alright, so for Writers at Work, right, we have this thing called avatar creation.
Do you remember now?
Remember,
okay,
right?
Remember, I would tell teacher James about it.
You forget, then you never use it.
Avatar, tang.
Yeah, so this is the creative edge that we at Writers have. Alright, the characterization of who you write as and who you are writing to.
Correct.
Alright, so when you have these 2 characterization, you will better understand who you are writing as. So you need to know, like maybe you are writing as a monitor or as a class representative. Alright, then what are you supposed to write?
Correct.
What are those special words that you need to have. All right, and also who you are writing to. If the person is the principal of your school, you cannot write in a very informal tone, right?
Correct.
You need to write in a very formal tone. So all these are very important.
Yeah, because the requirements are very different now. It's very straightforward in primary school.
Correct.
As in, you don't even think about who you are because you already assume that you are Betty, you are John. You already assume now. They give you, they assume you are. They give you that character of saying your age, and they don't care about much of the content. So there's not a lot of thinking like what words to use. How am I gonna address the people who's gonna read the letter? It's just like formal, informal words. I need to know the difference. But now it's different because of the different formats. It can be different because if you're trying to persuade your classmates
True.
to do something, you have to use very specific words to do it. So now's the time. You need to learn formats, but at the same time, you need to learn who you are as the person writing it, and who are you writing to.
Yeah. So this is the creative age that we at Writers at Work here have. All right. Not only that we analyze and let you understand the question requirements, the task fulfillments. Remember the bullet points? We call it TFs, task fulfillments. But also another creative age is the option selection.
Correct.
Which one is the best one to choose?
What is the right, like, because you mentioned earlier, right? A lot of it is like selecting which activity to do.
Right.
But how can you be smart about it such that you choose the right one you can talk about?
The best one.
Correct.
Yeah, the best one.
Yeah,
for
the best
that
one.
For that question.
Correct. We go all the way down to that detail. Very impressive.
So basically, like what I said previously, analyze and understand, and then the task fulfillments, and also our creative age, which is the avatar creation, characterization. So basically, who you are writing as and who you are writing to.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now we shall show you something amazing.
Oops.
Thank you.
Already. Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone, for the likes. Thank you. Keep them coming. Hello, Hydra, who just joined.
Okay, so this is what students at Writers at Work learn. So the next one will be the solutions.
Sherlyn, hi, Sherlyn.
Oh, hello.
Welcome, Sherlyn. We're happy to have you here, and Sherlyn and her wonderful font styles.
Right.
Yes, avatar creation teacher. Sorry.
Yeah, so who you are writing as, again, like what I said just now, who you are writing as and who you are writing to. So at Writers here, we actually teach you how to characterize, and also using specific phrases, specific words to make sure you are that person you are writing to and who you are writing to.
We don't just tell you, oh, you're right. We don't just help you realize who you are.
Correct.
We also teach you how to be. So we give you the vocabulary to use.
Correct. Because when you are writing to a friend and when you are writing to someone of higher authority, you use different type of language.
Correct.
Yeah, you cannot, like how you speak to your friend, hey, come. You cannot speak in the informal tone. All right, there's always a formal tone that you need to use when you speak to someone of higher authority. For example, your principal or your HOD. Yeah.
So you see, people, that's why I really love. I think they will see it now. The moment you get to actually browse through our Writers and Work notes, truly amazing. Cheat sheet every single week. List of vocabulary words, phrases, writing techniques, everything is there. And to actually show you a proof, you may not be able to read this very clearly, but this is how. What is this, teacher Faiz? I see a lot of red and blue and notes, some more here and there.
All these are actually our notes, student notes. And not only they are student notes, right, but some of it is actually done in class together with the students. So teachers will actually prompt you guys, I mean the students, like what kind of things that you need to write. I mean for your task fulfillments, for the requirements. Alright, and then we will do it together with you. Right, not only we are giving you answers, but we actually encourage you to give ideas as well on what to write. So at the same time, we are learning. Yeah.
Let's zoom in on 2 papers. You see our teacher Faiz is not making it up. The avatar creation, right? We show you here.
This one below.
So I think the next slide we show them much clearer.
Yeah. Alright.
Avatar, class chairman.
Yeah. So if you read the context, right? You read
Yeah,
the
correct.
first 5 lines. I mean the paragraph, the context. You are if you identify correctly, you know that you are writing as the class chairman. So we have to do an avatar for a class chairman. So for a class chairman, what are the characteristics of a class chairman?
Must be what? Huh? Must be shy, must be timid, is it?
Not right. So class chairman usually, so these are the 4 points: strong communication skills, organized, very aware of all this, and then like what I said, we also have vocabulary for you, word choice, because you are going to persuade your classmates. All right.
Teacher Friends, cover this.
Oh.
Okay. Remember PACT2? Was it PACT2? You young, huh?
Oh,
this one you should remember.
I thought you say like.
No. It's fine. So, what do you think are the things you should be looking out for when you unpack a situational writing question? It's PACT. What does PACT2 stand for? P is what? Wish upon a star, welcome. Teacher Pai is very tired covering it already. Oh, wow! Purpose, audience, context, tone. What's the other T, Kara? One last T, let's go. One last T. Your clue are the bullet points given to you.
No, not thought. What is the bullet points that I mentioned just now? What are they called? Not only bullet points,
but... We call them what? Time. Not close, but thank you for trying.
Requirements means what? In other words, what are requirements?
Correct. It's the list of things that they ask you to put in your situational writing.
So if I said it is required for you, okay, very
task
good.
Fulfillment, good job. So we always practice every single situational writing. We make sure the students become very, very quick to find out the right PACT.
Yeah, so these are 5 letters or 4 letters, right? Is very, very important. Before you even start doing your SW,
correct,
you must already know this inside your head already.
Yeah.
So for every Writers at Work student, right, I think in school you also learn this, alright, but Writers at Work, we emphasize this more.
Correct.
Alright, and we actually, before you all do, the teacher will actually ask you, do you remember your PACT2? What does this stand for? Yeah.
Immediately.
So, immediately you will know what to answer.
Correct.
By at least the 3rd or probably 2nd lesson, you will know already.
I'm very amazed by this one. It's because I truly believe that both for situational writing and essay writing, and even for primary situational writing and continuous writing, I think the main difference between very good writers and writers who are still getting there is that the very good way of unpacking questions and knowing the requirements. Some students, no matter how good you are as a writer, if you don't know how to figure out like what's the PACT2, or you don't know how to do your avatar creation, or you don't understand the different essay genres, so therefore you don't know what it's requiring, you will still end up writing something that does not hit the bull's eye.
Yeah.
Even if you got the word count right.
Yeah, even if you got the word count, but the requirements are not in, you never write right, or you write wrongly, then no point.
Yeah. There's a pre-writing process that's very important for students to pin down.
Correct.
And it just spills over all the way to writing and post-writing. So when the pre-writing process is not done properly, goodbye writing part, I would say. So that's why we focus on that now. We do this, plus some more, look at this. After we break down the question, we also what?
Yeah. So your requirements also, right? The Writers at Work teachers were actually, I myself, were actually talk more about the TFs, the task fulfillments, what is required, and also what you need to write. Yeah, we will go through this usually together. I'm not just giving you answers.
Correct.
Yeah, so teachers will actually prompt you guys also, ask you certain questions, and then we will write this down together in class.
Correct.
So this will be your notes.
Oh my god, another one.
I think I did something. Bye, Che. I need to go.
Bye, Sherlyn.
This one last day.
12.4 Okay, let's reach 15K before we end. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So that is why we are saying, I think for writers, right? First, of course, we don't create miracles here. We teach what we want you to eventually know how to do. So we teach you the whole process, guide you, and then slowly let you go until we're certain that you can do it on your own. Thank you for sharing the live. Hello, Cam. Welcome. Yeah, so we're getting to 15K, huh? Let's go.
Yeah. So like what I said, these are the 3 things that we actually talk about in class. Alright, this one being the most prominent lah, because this one is our creative age, the avatar creation.
You know, sometimes some students complain like, oh, sure, so many writing, but this one on purpose, because our goal in Writers at Work is for you to be able to go back to your notes and revise.
Correct.
It's very impossible that you go back and say, oh, I remember teacher Faiz said something amazing about this lesson. There was a technique, of course, cannot lah. Must put it there so the teacher made thinking more visible for you.
Correct.
So the moment you revise, there's something for you to go to. And some more.
Yeah, so these are the 3, and then we move on next to So what you will learn at Writers at Work is, I think basically we talked about it just now already. Alright, all this lah. Alright, analysis, your question requirements, your task fulfillments, your creative age, and also planning the TM statements, and also awareness on all the formats.
Correct.
We'll cover all of these lessons here.
Yeah. So basically, situational writing being basically an additional essay, you have to learn the whole process now. Especially that you're also dealing with different formats already.
Correct. Yeah, formats are very important. If you don't remember the format, then it might be quite hard for you to write also.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that is why we shall show them the that is why I think that the biggest goal that we have here doing this live with you closer to the end of the year is that please, whatever you plan to do, give yourself the entire 4 year as your runway to learn and master writing. You need the 4 years to practice all the formats.
Yeah.
All the 4 years to practice the essay genre.
You need the 4 years, right?
Correct.
To go like that, like this plane. I need a holiday.
Cannot do like this and then closer to exam like this. No. Give yourself like this. So that means to say we want you to make good use of the 4 years to start really, practicing these things. Don't wait closer to what Sec 4.
When I see this video, I want to go for holiday.
December, let's go.
I'll still be here.
You just went for holiday.
No, few months back.
A few months before MM.
So this December, so I'm
we
not
just
going
travel in our imagination, people. Are you guys traveling soon? Cherlin, Kara, J7th. You guys traveling soon in December?
Travel is travel, but don't forget that next year you're going to join Sec 1. So
yeah, correct.
It's not the end yet,
Correct.
For me, maybe ending already lah. I ended already I ended my learning. Yeah, but
today you still very stressed out.
Very stressed.
Okay, so give yourself a runway, please. It's up to you. Because for me, right, primary to secondary, a lot of them choose to stop doing English tuition, for example. Okay, because mainly like I want to focus on math or science. But do know that it's not. I mean, you don't normally really fail English, but the distinction rate for English is very low in secondary school. For the past few years, it's been just 22%.
Yeah, but you have to also remember that English in secondary is your L1.
Correct.
Alright, so it doesn't matter what other subjects you score, but if you fail your English, then you're not going to go anywhere.
If you want to go, if you have that dream JC, for example, you need to hit that A1 for English.
You're not going to go anywhere if you...
Correct. It's a reality.
If you don't pass your English, because English is very important. It's your L1.
Yeah, so it's good that we're talking to the secondary students now. Make the decision, because like some of them are given that decision to do it.
Because you might think that English is easy. I don't need tuition for English, but I do need for other subjects. I never say that the other subjects are not as important as well, but you must remember this. English is your L1.
Right?
Yeah.
So technically, it's part of the decision making you have to do.
Correct.
Moving forward in your academic
Because
career.
that point of time when I was doing my O levels, so I thought that English is just English.
Right,
Yeah,
and then you realize, right?
I realized that because when you look at all the courses, even in JC or even in poly, right, you realize that the most important requirement is your English. Because if you don't get, you want to go for very popular courses, especially if you want to go like those popular courses, you need at least a distinction in your English.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay lah, I managed to lah my course. So yeah, I got a distinction for my English, but I didn't choose a course that really required that. Yeah, it depends on you lah.
Yeah, don't give yourself a shock now. So the moment you start thinking about beyond secondary school, that's when it will hit you. You need your English distinction. Yeah, to open up more opportunities for yourself.
And this time around, I think for your generation, right, the English requirements or the components are much different. It just get more complex. Not say difficult, but more complex. Yeah. And my time is more easy, I guess. Yeah, in a way.
It's because it changes with the times as well.
Correct. It changes. I mean, whatever is happening right now, you need more critical thinking in life, lah.
Correct. Because even if you go and tell me, sure, I don't need to write well. ChatGPT can write for me. That means to say, right, if ChatGPT can be used by almost anyone, then employers will look for someone who can use the AI very well. So an even higher level of writing skills is required from you for you to learn how to prompt the AI well, and for you to know which parts of what the AI gave you can you actually take.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's not just about copying. You also need need to infer, or when you see a question or an answer there, you need to use the correct one. You cannot just copy the whole thing and then
Correct. So at the end of the day, we shall need it. When it will end, J7s, are you so excited to end the live? I am hurt.
I think he wants the bonus question lah.
Oh, you need a bonus, is it? Okay, we shall.
We never hit 15K, how to get bonus?
15K, 2,000 more. We're almost 13. So 2,000 more, and we'll show you the bonus. Yeah, we'll show you the bonus. Oh, we just hit 13. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, but anyway, this is what you will learn at Writers. Alright, not only we do situational writing, but we also cover essay, oral, editing,
paper 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah, paper 1, 2, and 4 basically.
And we break it down very well for you, so you don't just develop good skills, but exam smart strategies.
Correct, especially strategies and also tips and tricks lah on how you wanna study smartly as well.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's not just about you have to study smart. Yeah, in a way.
Because you can always end up no matter how hard work hard versus work smart. Correct. You can end up wasting your time actually.
Yeah, true.
Spending 4 hours over something that you could have studied in 2, for example, if you knew what to do or which one to focus on.
I can show you some tricks now.
What are you waiting for? Join Teacher Fai's class.
Yeah, so today is the last session for the secondary. So this is what I can show you lah. This is what we are actually cover in our secondary school lesson. Yeah, so if you have any inquiries, you can just
reach out to us, WhatsApp us. You can see it on the screen, right? Let me see if I'm pointing at it correctly.
Yeah, the registration is there.
Yes, 84049281. Wow. Or go to our website now, practicework.com.sg. Or if you don't, because you're no longer in school, send it to someone who might need the help. It's very hard. I don't normally talk about something that I don't believe in. So I tell you what, curriculum is solid. That one I can tell you, curriculum is solid. Hello, Sherlyn. Welcome back to you.
She's the one that went shower. No, different.
The different. Correct.
I always confuse the names.
Yeah, correct. One of them actually just got back from a travel. Close to 15K. Let's go. We're almost reaching 15K. And then we'll show you the bonus. Come on, people. Come on. We're getting there. But one last thing I would like to finally just tell you before we show you the bonus and eventually end the live later. Examination aside, okay, because I know we talk a lot about examination because it is a reality in Singapore. You all have to face national exams. Examinations aside, I can truly tell you, whichever industry you choose to go to, or whether you're introverted or extroverted or you're ambivert, your communication skills will bring you to where you want to go. Yeah, your communication skills, both in how you express yourselves and how you try to understand people when they communicate to you. So for me, that's the biggest. It's a life skill. It's a life skill that I think we are trying to also cultivate here in Righteous at Work.
Correct.
And examination is there because, of course, we want to get you through examination. But at the same time, we want you to develop that skill that its communication skills is important. If you are a human being, you will need that skill.
Yeah, and if you practice, all right, it will become a habit, and you will actually not forget about whatever you are going to do.
Correct.
So if you don't practice, then it's very hard, especially for secondary English. Yeah, practice is always must be consistent.
Practice is key to success. Wait, I need to do skincare for my perfect skin. Oh wow! Do you do skincare, teacher Faiz?
I take care of my face lah. Yeah, wow. So I'm a very
fancy.
Not fancy, but I just take care of my looks, I guess. Yeah, so
you put something on your face.
Yeah, I use a moisturizer, sunscreen.
Sunscreen very important, people. Yeah.
But nowadays no need to use sunscreen because there's no much sun.
Yeah, but the UVA still reaches you without you being hit directly by the sun.
True. But sometimes when I go out to work already late, so I will just rush myself so I forget.
So some people have like morning routine and then some people
have night routine. I do have my morning routines. I have my time as well. So every day I wake up at a certain time. I make my bed and then I'll shower, then make my bed again. Then I'll because halfway, then after that I will sit first after shower, then after that I will do my stuff. Then after that get ready my clothes. It's already ready the last night, but I'll get ready everything again.
So nice! The Teacher Faiz prepares it the day before.
I'm a very disciplined and focused person.
Wow.
So
something that you've learned from your years of being an athlete.
Yeah,
is it like
quite
that?
true. Yeah.
I saw your Bishan branch yesterday.
Wow!
Bishan. We just reached. Not yet. On my end, it's still 14.6K.
Yeah, mine too.
J7s, I'm telling you.
Sherlyn, are you going to join the Bishan branch?
Yeah, Sherlyn.
So what?
Bishan, Bishan branch. I've been there once. We did a live session there. Bishan branch, very nice because it's literally very just across hawker center.
Wow, good.
Food options are amazing. I live in Yishun. The closest one is Ang Mo Kio. The closest branch we have with you is Ang Mo Kio.
Need more tape on Ronnie.
14.7K, 3 more, and we are gonna show you the bonus. Let's go, people. Let's go.
If she stay in Yishun, she got more food option. Yishun, the food option, I tell you, shock, man.
See how you're lucky, Sherlyn.
Yeah.
We are jealous of you. Need more tape on Ronnie, huh? Why need more tape on Ronnie? Ronnie is just there. He's not trying to go away.
I think he's referring to this guy.
Oh, this one. Ronnie is broken. He needs an operation. 14.9. Oh my God! Let's go. We're almost there. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the world. Tu Yun just joined. Hello. Welcome to you. 15K? How come it's still 14.9 here?
Yeah, on our end.
Okay, hold on. I shall refresh. 14.9. You young,
You will reach lah. Come on.
Come on. Just a bit more push. I shall help also with the like. I shall help also with the like. 15 now. Yes, yay! And it's time 4.
Okay, get ready your cameras if you want to screenshot this. Alright, I'll reveal to you the past year, I mean this year O-level SW. Previous years, not this year, previous years. Yeah, you can.
Can.
Hold on, yeah, they
So
will
take a
close the light.
screenshot.
Yeah.
You know, parents and teachers alike, they like to test you with past year O-level questions.
Yeah.
And so now we're sharing this with you. Tan tan tan.
This one.
Yeah, guys.
We do it side by side, okay? One at a time.
You'll see.
Don't take my picture, huh?
Countdown.
Hello, people of the world. Thank you for liking live. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Countdown.
1.
Next.
Now on this side, other side. Let's move on to the other side.
There's the countdown timer.
10 seconds. A 10. A 9. 8. A 7. A 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Yeah, you can actually practice this also if you want, but just this is just questions from previous exams. Alright. If you want more, you come here lah.
Because do remember getting yourself the copies of past years is one thing. Practicing them and checking whether you've written the right
correctly,
thing is another thing. Yeah, and for that you would need the help of someone who can definitely assess your work for you now.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's a strategic way of always practicing. Get practice papers, but you have to go beyond just practice papers. Need to know what are the right things you're doing so you can repeat the success. But at the same time, you have to know the mistakes and errors you're doing, because unless you understand them, you will keep repeating the same errors. So, everyone, have you taken a screenshot of all of these things, people? Well done. So, teacher Faiz, okay, I think now is really the time to do one final round of like recap for all of them. Perhaps let's do it for situational writing and for paper 1 altogether, paper 2 and paper 4.
So recap on what the series, I mean the secondary school, the primary versus secondary, right?
Correct.
For paper 1, you have your essay and also your situational writing. So these two papers are part of your paper 1, which is 1 hour 50 minutes. You have to complete that. Yeah, so like what I said previously from our live, especially for essay as well, there are different type of genres, different type of questions lah.
Yeah.
There's not only just your narrative or your whatever, but you have other genres as well, which is a lot more.
Correct.
Yeah. As for situational writing as well, as you can see just now, there's not only two, formal, informal, but you have your speeches, your proposals, your articles, and all whatnot. Okay, so in a way, your answers also cannot be found in the stimulus. So that is one very important thing. One big step, big change.
Correct.
Yeah. And then we go through paper 4, which is your oral. I think Teacher Mitsuko and Teacher Jamis and myself already talk about that as well. So that is also very important because it's a different total ball game already.
Yeah.
You don't really need to. You have a video now, which you have to actually look at it, and then after that you're given 10 minutes to write down something, and after that you got to present it to the examiner.
Correct.
Yeah. And you have a second part, which is the spoken interaction. First one is plan response, second one is spoken interaction. So there will be different topics, for this type of oral. And also for spoken interaction, the examiner will give you a question relating to the topic, but not on what the video, I mean the person or inside talking about lah. So it's very, very difficult if you don't really know about the topics.
Correct.
Yeah. So down here at Writers, we do cover quite a few topics, and we do cover the previous O-level exam questions as well. So it's quite comprehensive and it's quite complex. And not only that, we also do paper 2.
Yes.
Yeah, the compre. We didn't go through any of the compres components, but we do have compre as well. The only thing that we don't do is the listening compre. Yeah, so basically we have all of it covered for you if you were to join us at Writers at Work here for secondary. Yeah, and I'm very thirsty. I need to drink water.
While Teacher Faiz is drinking water, a few things to make it more straightforward for you as well. What are you not getting in secondary school anymore? To make it straightforward, there's no reading allowed anymore in secondary. Both sections of the oral requires you to think. Number 2, there's no lifting involved in whatever kind of writing you're doing for paper 1. There's no such thing as you getting information somewhere. No. Most of the information you're providing has to be coming from you. It has to be logical. It has to flow very well. And there's no multiple choice questions in paper 2. I mean, some specific questions may have given you some options, but there's literally no section that's giving you options like A, B, C, and D.
No such thing as
Correct.
MCQ anymore.
Yeah. So thinking of those no like this and like that anymore should tell you. I'm gonna go back to the slide that Teacher Faiz showed earlier. Higher expectation, more dependency on logic and critical thinking. The weightage now is somehow evenly spread out per paper, such that there's no I can relax on this, I have to focus on this kind of thing. They need more holistic growth from you, so you'd have to really be good across all these sections.
Bye, Just 7.
J7,
thank you.
thank you so much for being with us. Have a good dinner,
Thank you. See you again when I see you, if I see you.
And before we go, I would like to announce, since this is the last session for the secondary, we also have some very special live sessions coming up for our P4 and P5 students. So you already know PSLE has some changes next year for English. We will dive into that paper by paper. So P4 and P5 students prepare. We have already actually released the schedule. We will dive deep into the changes for PSLE 2025 per paper, but not just that. We will now show you sample papers from the schools that actually already implemented the changes. So from the P5 end of year papers, see in real life how the changes are being applied. And at the same time, we'll help you navigate through these changes. What are the implications of these changes, and does it change the way you revise for the examinations? You will find out soon enough.
Yeah. And those who haven't followed us, please follow us. All right, follow us, and then you receive notifications on when we are live. All right. Don't forget. Please follow us. Thank you.
Yes, remember to follow us and share the account to anyone you know who might need the help of Writers at Work. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
After following, I jumped 8 grades. Wow!
Bye-bye.
Wow.
Who's that?
Who's one?